Yo, what's up guys, Lord Sando here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the state of bells in Deepwoken. So the big update came a few days ago, and they released a lot of changes, and some of them which went under the rug were the bell changes. The ones that were most noticeably touched were Yoru and the Sacred Fields bell. Both of these bells were really good, but they didn't feel OP compared to some of the other bells, like Reaper, which is able to insta-grip a player and heal back to full HP, or Flying Raijin, which is a cross-mapped transportation and get out of jail free card. The changes to Yoru were more impactful than the Sacred Field changes, but the changes were both really significant, and both of these bells are way worse than they were before. Yoru bell now, in my opinion, is unironically the worst bell in the game. It went from being an A tier bell to unusable. And Sacred Fields went from also an A tier bell to pretty mid or even bad bell. So there were three parts to this Yoru nerf. The first part was that the duration of the bell is way less, and the second part is that the speed of the bell is way less as well. This means that the distance that you can travel during Yoru has decreased significantly. I would say it's around 1/3 of the distance. This is how far one Yoru bell takes me. It can barely even travel across one bridge. The time that it took to travel that distance was 4.22 seconds since activating the bell. Now let's see how fast sliding is. By slowing down the video, I analyzed that it took 3.3 seconds to reach the same distance. This means that running and sliding on a slope is way faster than using Yoru bell. Now to measure Yoru bell on a flat plane. The duration that the portal lasts is about the same, 4.5 seconds. Now let's measure how long it takes while running and sliding. To travel the same distance, it took about 4.3 seconds. Yoru bell is about the exact same speed as running and sliding, and if that person is running and sliding down a slope, then they'll be way faster than you. This bell has basically been gutted to the point where it's useless. It's not faster than running, and if they're going down a slope, then it's even slower than running. And if you get hit during the wind-up, then that's just a free hit for your enemy. As if those nerfs weren't enough, Yoru bell got a third nerf. Yoru bell makes it so that whenever you're carrying a player and you activate it, you'll immediately drop the player. This means that you can no longer save your friends or grip an enemy. I don't know how they thought this was a good idea, because that was the only other function that this bell had left. This bell is awful, and the only thing that has going for it is the invisibility. And even that is not true invisibility. You can still see particle effects like the Allure enchant. Look at the hearts that are just coming out of my boots when I'm supposed to be invisible. So it's fine for me to sit here and complain about nerfs, but I want to offer an actual suggestion which can give this bell a different use. Since they don't like the fact that it has so much mobility and they nerfed it, it should have some other effect. They should let you pick up players, enemies and allies, and they should make it so that during the 4.5 seconds you're truly invisible, meaning you can't see your footsteps, you can't see particle effects, nothing. So you have an opportunity to get away from your enemy. This is the only scenario where this bell will be useful. I think after all is said and done, Yoru bell is the worst bell in the game. Alright, now let's talk about the Sacred Field nerfs. Sacred Field bell summons a circle around you which reduces the damage that you take in it for a short period of time. Before the nerf, the damage resistance used to be like 99% basically. You basically would not take any damage, but now it's 50%. Sacred Field is still usable, but I don't see why they were so harsh with their nerfs. It was decent in PvP, but the enemy could just run away from the circle. I just don't feel like this was the bell that they should have nerfed, when there's literally a bell called Flying Raijin, which you can press at any point and escape to wherever you want during the middle of a fight. My biggest criticism with the nerfs is not that they were undeserved, but the fact that they were so harsh, and they literally took an A tier bell and made it unusable. It doesn't have to be all or nothing, you can nerf things slowly, and that's how games should be. Do small changes at a time, and if something's still strong, then keep on nerfing it. It's better to have decently strong bells than to have 20% of the player base have to wipe their builds because their bells got gutted. That's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.